Well, students, now that we made these pinch pots, we're gonna add a few things today, but then we'll end up finishing them next time, so we don't need to rush. I would like you to focus on just a few things, probably eyes, tongue, and teeth. With this first part, we made this pretty thick so that it's gonna be easy to attach the eyes up here. I flattened the bottom just a little bit. I just kind of set it down on the table and kind of flattened this edge so it sits up just a little bit. And then there's gonna be some extra clay that you can use. You could do one eye, you could do two eyes, you could do three eyes. I probably wouldn't do more than that just because it's gonna take a little bit to attach it. So you can always add a drop of water, just kind of roll it up. Then once you make one, set that aside. I'm gonna make another one here. Put a drop of water on it. The smoother things are, the less smoothing you'll end up needing to do later. So I'm gonna roll that up, make that nice and smooth so it's a little bit bumpy on the bottom. I wanna fix that first. We'll do three eyes for this monster. Then, once I make these, then we're gonna use some clay skills of scoring and slip and smoothing to get them to attach. So here, I'm gonna want this one to be right here. So I'm gonna take this, I am gonna just flatten it just a little bit at the bottom, so then this can get some score marks, which is just making a rough texture on it. Then I'm gonna do that here. And then I'm gonna put some water on it, put some water here, and take these two pieces and kind of twist them together to get them to start sticking. Now sometimes they don't want to stick and they're still like sliding off. So here, I'm just gonna take this and hold it, and I can just kind of take the back and roll. I just use my clay tool like this, and I just rolled that down just a little bit to help get that to start sticking. You can do that a little bit on the sides too if you need to. And then I'm gonna take this other one, we'll put some score marks here, and then we'll kind of tap this one down just a little bit. Put some score marks on that piece, make our slip, and then we'll stick these together. So a lot of this smoothing happens while it's in my hand. Hold that and roll that back down just a little bit and smooth that in. And twist it to get all that air that's trapped in there out. And then we'll do this other one. Please be careful that you're not pinching this edge. You don't want it to end up getting pinched, and then we won't be able to add teeth or a tongue to it. So here I'm gonna score that. Make my slip by mixing clay and water. Hold it in your hand. Take these two pieces, kind of twist them and stick them together. Hold it on there with your thumb, so then you can just kind of roll that back down. If you need to do the sides, if they're not sticking, you can get that done too. Do that over here. Now, once you have your eyes on, then you can make an inside part to the eye. So I might just make 3 little circles. And then with these 3 little circles, you don't need to score them because they're pretty small, but you do need to put water on them to make your slip. So I can take this, put water on the inside here. I'm just holding it in my hand, and I can just press those down, get those to stick. Then, if they're a little bit bumpy, smooth them out a little bit. If you can see, if the eyes lift up at all, you might need to do a little more smoothing and just kind of press those in just a little bit to make sure that they're really gonna stick on those edges. Now for tongue or teeth, if you get this far, you can add a tongue or teeth. We can save that for next time too, but for a tongue, I would just take a piece of clay, put some water on it, roll it into a ball, You can roll it a little bit in your hand. I would not, and you can roll it a little bit on the table. I would make it fairly thick, and I would not make it much longer than your thumb. So you can see my thumb is about this long. That'll be plenty long. And then we don't want it sticking out too far. So I can just put some water in here, take these two pieces, and then I can stick that in there. The water will help stick it together. And I can take this if necessary and just press it down on the edges. That might not even be necessary if you just press it down good. Smooth the end. For teeth, you could do pointy teeth, you could do round teeth. I've found that over time when I'm glazing this, if I just do teeth on the top and not on the bottom, it's much easier to glaze around the tongue and the teeth. So I'm just adding a little bit of water, rolling that up. I'm gonna do some round teeth. So I'm just gonna make a circle, and then I can take this and use this tool and cut it in half. And then I've got two circles. You can see they're still pretty thick. And then if I didn't want circle teeth or half circle teeth, I could just cut it into a triangle shape instead. And I add a little bit of water right here. Put my tooth in here. And we'll add some water to this one, and we'll stick that one in too. Now, you can see it just came loose. So sometimes if they're right together like that, you can just press that in there. That'll help press them down on those edges a little bit better. You could also take it and you can blend it just a little bit with this popsicle stick to get those edges to start joining. And then you can always smooth it then with your finger to make that edge look better. So that's what we're gonna work towards once we have these pinch pots made. Just eyes, tongue, teeth if there's time. Anything that you don't have time for, we will add next time. You can see that I still have quite a bit of smoothing to do to make those look better. I'll add a nose next week, and if we want to add little arms or little tentacles or something, we can talk about extra details over here. So let's have fun working on these.